premium electric car segment in India has definitely revamped a lot in the previous few years. Brands like Mercedes have started offering their premium EV lineup in India, and this is consistently growing. Mercedes has now introduced this new SUV in the Indian market. This is the new EQE. It is an electric vehicle and it has a lot to offer to its customers. In this video, we will talk about all of its details and is it actually made for the Indian roads, for the Indian buyers? Is it practical to buy it? Namaskar, my name is Tejin and you're watching 91 Wheels. Now, before we speak of its design and the elements that it uses, its dimension is the most important part. This one sits just above the EQE SUV and it is a 4.8 meters long SUV. While because of its design, this might not look big on the screens, when you see it in the flesh on the road, it is a premium looking big SUV. Speaking of the design, some of the premium highlights are obviously the shared design language with the rest of the electric lineup by Mercedes. We have seen a similar sort of design at the front on the EQS as well, and it continues to be used on the EQE. You have the digital headlight setup and a LED bar running at the nose over this beautiful made grille. Now the car is totally aerodynamic and it is supposed to be a fast SUV, but to give it a butch appeal and to make it more masculine, the bonnet lines and the shoulder lines, they have been worked out perfectly. On the side profile, you will get a sort of SUV crossover appeal because of the sloping roof design. However, these 20-inch alloy wheels with low profile tires look definitely super cool. At the rear profile, again, because you have the sloping roof design, you get a crossover sort of appeal. The LED tail lights, which look beautiful and has a brake light bar over the boot lid, they are also similar to the EQS, and we have seen something same on the EQB as well. Now we'll get inside of the cabin of the EQE and we'll see what are the latest features, what is different that the EQE offers from its rest of the electric lineup from the EQB and the EQS as well. And before you enter inside the cabin, you have these beautiful pop-up type handlebars. These are not obviously the segment first we have seen on the rest of the lineup, electric lineup from Mercedes. But look at this. The doors, they do open very wide. So this is a pretty easy vehicle for elder people, for specially abled people who are trying to get inside of the car. And you also have this illuminated footboard right over here. This helps a lot. Now, as you enter inside the cabin of the EQE, the first thing that you feel is obviously the premium quality. From the leather stitching to the brushed aluminium parts used to the AC vents and the turbine type design of the AC vents, everything seems to be right at the place and justified for its rupees 1.34 crore price tag. Now you can buy the EQE in 9 different colors, but on the interior front you have 2 different options. The one we are driving has a sort of greyish light tone for the interiors, which look pretty cool and make the cabin feel more airy, but this is going to get dirty very soon, so you will have to take care of it a lot. If you want something that lasts longer and is easy to clean, you have a black option as well. Speaking of the design of the EQE, the first thing that you notice is it uses a lot of shared components from the EQS and even from the EQB. For example, the steering wheel has been carried forward from the EQS. It has the pneumatic touch controls over here for your cruise control, for your ADAS features, and obviously for your infotainment screen. Now, speaking of the screen, the Hyperscreen system is not new now. We have already seen it on the rest of the lineup. So these are 3 different screens which have been connected through single panel. The passenger screen, it operates simple functions, for example, the infotainment options and also the seat heating, seat ventilation and seat massage options for both of the front passengers. The middle screen, which is humongous, has all sorts of features. You have wireless Android Auto and Apple CarPlay. It also gets the latest MBUX connected features. Also, you can see the nearest charging stations through the screen. You can operate the AC controls from here and the rest of the personalization options, for example, controlling the ambient lighting and everything else. Speaking of the driver perspective, as you sit here, you have electrically operated front seats even for the passenger. The cushioning is perfect. You are in a Mercedes, this is guaranteed. Doesn't matter in which model you are going to sit. The seat cushioning is just simply perfect, and also you can adjust the ball string for the front passengers through the electric operation. In fact, both of the front seats, they do get 3 different memory settings. So just in case different drivers are going to drive your car and different people will be sitting, they can choose their preferable seating option. Adding to this premium ambiance is the huge panoramic sunroof. And if you are someone who loves to listen to music, the 15-speaker Brumester sound system is going to amaze you a lot. In terms of utility spaces, you have this very unique design at the center console where you can easily put your stuff. I think even a small notebook can be placed right over here. I don't think so a laptop will fit. But then you have 2 cup holders, you have wireless charging, you have 2 Type-C ports over here, and this console can also be closed with this wooden finish right here. It looks very premium. And then you have sort of infotainment and parking options right here. It also gets the 360-degree parking. It has a front camera as well. And just in case if you want more space and you have more belongings, you can easily put them in this huge console right here. So all in all, this car has been designed in keeping the mind of a perfect utility vehicle. I'll get at the back and I'll show you what are the details right there. Coming to the second row of the EQE SUV, the first thing that you will notice is obviously the humongous space. I'm 6 feet and you can make out that I have a good headroom despite of the sloping roof design. The panoramic sunroof and the bigger glass area makes the cabin feel more airy at the rear space. And also because our test unit has this sort of grey and light interiors, this feels more airy. Maybe the black version or the black interior theme might not feel psychologically as big as this one. Apart from that, you have the brushed aluminium over the door pads. Also the ambient lighting continues. In terms of spacing and seating options, the first thing that you'll notice is that the lumbar support is very nice. The headrests, they are adjustable, but I think the thigh support, it could have been better. I feel this is a bit less for my height. Apart from that, in terms of utility spaces, you can easily put 2 water bottles on each of the door pads, and then you have 2 cup holders in this huge center armrest, which can easily be shared by 2 passengers, and I don't think so that your shoulders will be rubbing. In terms of width, it offers a decent comfort for 2 passengers, but with a third one sitting in the middle, I don't think so this is going to be very comfortable. And in terms of features, you get rear AC vents right here, and you also have 4-zone climate control. So for the rear passengers as well, dual climate control options. Each one can select their own. This is again a touch unit. One thing which I've loved is the smart placement of 2 Type-C USB ports for charging your phones, but I wish there were more spaces to put your phone while you're charging it. I think I'll be asking for more, but now the main question, how is it to drive and how is its ride quality, the performance and the handling package? So we'll hit the road and we'll find out. Now as you hit the road with the EQE, the first driving impressions are the light controls. At city speeds, if you are driving below, let's say 40-50 kmph, the steering is super light and it's very easy and crisp to use. And also because it's an EV, so there is no noise on the inside. Adding to that, Mercedes has also insulated the cabin very well, so there is no road noise from the tires, and in fact, the window beading does a wonderful job in restraining the wind noise. In terms of battery, the EQE is powered by a humongous 90.56 kilowatt hour of battery pack. And now being an EV, the most important thing, how long can it travel on a single charge? As per the WLTP claimed range, it can go 550 kilometers on a full charge. Also, it supports up to 170 kilowatt of fast charging. However, Mercedes offers an 11 kilowatt fast charger that can be mounted inside your home in your parking space. But if you are going to charge this bigger battery on let's say slow chargers, it might take a lot of time. But on a fast charger setup, let's say if you're charging it with a 60 kilowatt or maybe a 90 kilowatt chargers, you can charge it up to 80% from let's say 10 to 15% easily within matter of 30 minutes or 25 minutes. But if you only have a slow charger and if you want to completely charge a car, this might take more than 15 hours. So bigger battery has its own cons, but on the brighter side, the driving range is very long, and also it does not deplete when you change the mode. So if you want to drive fast, the car will still do 550 kilometers. I'll say superb. And the Mercedes engineers, they have tuned the BMS or the battery management system in such a way that it generates a stupendous 858 Newton meter of peak torque. In fact, the peak power is also 400 plus bhp. Now this helps in propelling it from 0 to 100 in under just 5 seconds, and the top speed has been electronically limited at 210 kmph. This translates that this is not a slow EV, it's a very fast going EV. In fact, you get different driving modes as well, which you can operate through the button given on the center console. You have an individual driving mode as well, where you can tune up the car as per your preferences. Else you get the normal city mode, you also get an economy mode, and you also have a sports mode. And Mercedes also offers a dedicated off-road driving mode where the cameras underneath the bonnet will allow you to look where are you driving the car. Now, how is the suspension? Is it a true SUV? First of all, the ground clearance has not been revealed, and yes, it seems a bit lower. You can off-road if you want to, but the ride quality is one of its weakest points. Yes, I am saying this for Mercedes. I never thought so, but with the EQE, if you're driving on tarmac, the road is good. The ride quality remains very pliant, very superb. But as soon as you enter an undulated section or you are driving a bit fast on the potholes, you will hear a lot of thud coming inside the cabin. Now that's a bit unsettling for the passengers, and additionally the thick A-pillar and the C-pillar hinder a lot of visibility. Around the tight U-turns, the thick A-pillar, they does not help. So yes, despite of the big glass area, despite of the big airy cabin feel, the visibility is another issue with the EQE. However, the low profile tires, they offer you superb comfort on a tarmac, on a clear tarmac, and also helps in additional performance. In terms of braking, obviously it is equipped with 4 disc brakes, but you also get 3 different regen modes which can be operated through the paddle shifters given behind the steering wheel. The strongest regen will allow you less braking and will control the car on the downhill sections very well. I'll suggest keep it on the normal regen mode and drive it as a regular ICE car with no noise on the inside. All in all, as driver's perspective, I think it is the most proper electric SUV that your money can buy you. The interiors, they offer you a very rich and premium feel, but the performance is staggering. Once you put your foot down on the throttle, once you want to go fast, it can push the passengers into the seats and it can fly. So definitely this is a very fast car. If you want to drive fast, this will make you a lot more happy on the bends and curves. But sadly, the suspension, it could have been better. Now, what is my verdict of the EQE SUV? If you are in the market to buy a niche product that stands you apart from the rest of the crowd, the EQE makes a strong case for itself. It is a safe SUV. It offers you eco-friendly commute option. It offers you long distance driving range, it is full of safety features, and obviously it has the 3-pointed star brand name attached with it. But it also has a set of negatives or not so goods about it. The ride quality is still not up to the mark if you compare it with its ICE rivals, and also the EV infra in India is still not the best. If you are going to buy this car and use in a tier 1 city or in an area where you have plenty of fast charging options, the EQE right here is one of the best EV products that your money can buy you. You tell us down in the comments what you think about this latest CBU electric offering from Mercedes. I'll meet you again very soon with another such detailed drive review. Currently it's getting cold in Gulmarg. I'll see you very soon. Until then, please drive safe and always wear seatbelts.